Welcome everyone to Meditation Mount, and we thank you for joining us for this full moon meditation in the solar sign of Leo with the moon in Aquarius. Before I give you some words of why we are here, let us bring ourselves together and create a feel of coherence, because when we meditate, we are joining on inner levels with others. So let's bring ourselves to a point of focus in the heart and connect heart to heart with everyone. We close our eyes and we breathe in and breathe out. The full moon of Leo, the lion of self assertion, the whole story and function of this constellation of Leo and its influence in the universe and our planet can be summed up in a word: sensitivity. What is meant by sensitivity? Psychologists use this term so frequently that we are conditioned to a great degree to just one meaning of sensitivity: the common emotional human reaction to circumstances and events. However, this is but one of its many facets. Sensitivity is first and most obviously a response to the impact of our environment. The average human is somewhat sensitive to the mineral kingdom. But do you realize that the present growing interest in ecology, in mineral resources, and so on, is a new response, a new sensitivity towards the earth, water, and air of our planet? Next, let us consider the renewed interest in the vegetable kingdom and the wide recognition of our abuse of plant life all over the world, resulting in movements to save redwoods, protect the flora, conserve, conserve wilderness areas, as well as reforestation, recycle and creating new parks. The animals of the world are now making their impact on humanity's consciousness. For some time, we have been interested in protecting our horses, donkeys, dogs, cats, and other domestic animals from abuse. We have made various efforts to reduce the pain of slaughterhouses and medical testing. In addition, we are now more sensitive to the global disappearance of gray herds of wild animals roaming the land, as well as the dwindling number of whales in our oceans. The increase of conservation areas, of safaris where we can visit the great wildlife sanctuaries, all these reveal our increasing sensitivity to the animal kingdom. How amazing that this new era is bringing ever deepening sensitivities. And now we come to humanity, and almost everyone can recognize an increasing sensitivity of humans towards other humans. We accept that, don't we? Our new respect for ethnicities and cultures, our efforts to feed the hungry and provide income opportunities to the poor and protection to the ill and infirm. All this is simply the unfolding of an increasing soul awareness and a sign of our developing relationship based on sensitivity and love. Now let's deepen this process and recognize the next phase: sensitivity of the personality as an integrated human being. There is a need of, for each of us to take a good look at ourselves and at how we use our personal desires, wishes, and will to get what we want. For many, this taking time out for a period of a self-reflection is a great step forward and one that the new psychology is bringing to our collective attention. This is a newfound sensitivity for many within the human family. The next steps represents a truly amazing leap towards all astral emotional reaction that are decreasing. Humanity is becoming more mentally focused as part of the long journey of evolution, and many are finding this new step to be a very difficult one. We begin to face upwards towards the soul which exists on the mental plane. We recognize the soul as the prime conditional factor in our environment instead of the personality. This soul relationship seems to loose and flimsy, intangible, and we cannot seem to stand firmly inside its reality or grasp what it is all about. But the soul has contact us, and we have contact the soul, and a new sensitivity has been born. We are stepping into a new environment that is difficult for us to talk about, explain to others, or to even register. It is a wonderful new sensitivity. There now comes an even newer level of sensitivity. Many of us are working in this area where progress can be uneven. We perceive new vision, we lose it, we grasp it and carry it forward a little further. It eludes our grasp. We try again. We begin to use the technique of meditation and improve as a result. We meet others at this stage of the path and gain strength from joining with them in group endeavor. Here is a quote from the Tibetan about this problem of spiritual sensitivity for the soul-infused personality, the growing God man. At this stage of spiritual unfoldment in sensitivity, the liberated man is not conditioned by his environment that he has outgrown, but begins the arduous task of conditioning his environment in relation to the divine plan and purpose, and at the same time to cultivate sensitivity to the higher impacts of those worlds which lead to the final goal. What does all of this have to do with the constellation of Leo? The influence of the lion on humanity at this time awakens awareness of both the outer material sensitivity, the daily duties, and the innate spiritual sensitivity. The July-August period, which is under the influence of the constellation Leo, is also known as the time of Sirius, sometimes called the dog star or the great star of sensitivity. The chain of sensitivity extends to Sirius, the great cosmic center of love, energy that powerful influences Leo. Leo transmits this energy to our planet through Shambhala, the center of the wheel, where the planetary purpose is held. Then follows, then follows a downpouring into the great planetary center of love. The realm of the soul realizes and begins, and we call it hierarchy. And from there, it enters the great mind center of Earth, represented by humanity. We learn to stand steady, to work and to play our part within this great chain of sensitivity. We turn and face the three lower kingdoms of nature in order to stimulate their growth in soul sensitivity, the great love aspect of divinity. The Tibetan states later, when the New World religion is founded and working, we shall find that the major monthly festival in August, held at the time of the full moon, will be dedicated to the task of making contact via the hierarchy with Syrian forces. And as we meditate on the festival of Leo, let us have a sensitive recognition of the coming New Age religion. As you know, we are entering the new age of Aquarius, the age of fusion. It is fusion which is the great distinguishing features of the new age. Aquarian fusion is the new experiment for humanity, a new idea with which we have to cope. We are so accustomed to using energy to attain what we wish, mainly to be great, to excel, to be champions, and to make it to the top. We spread our wings, and as humanity, we fly from one mountain peak to another, to be first in this and first in that. All nations and all peoples share this same impulse. This is good, for it teaches us the use of energy, how to use the mind to invent and utilize new skills. In so doing, each nation contributes and teaches and will learn from each other. Now, in this new age of Aquarius, the age of sharing, we find that we have to learn something quite new, no longer pushing in front of one another in order to be first, but a fusion. But this is a difficult to learn. We have already taken the first step, giving. The whole world had given in times of need and disasters. Then we seem to relapse into getting. Now we have to learn sharing, a continuing process and a continuity of consciousness. Let us pause for a moment of silence and think of the whole world fusing in knowledge, in light, and creating together. Let's see this fusion in the form of love, of wisdom, and finally in the will to good. Perhaps we could call this horizontal fusion, sharing, brotherhood. This is what the young people are attempting to do in their own way. This is what they had brought in with them as they incarnated. We are all experimenting and don't always get it right the first time. Experimentation is ever the first step. Experience is the second, and many of us are at this phase, refining, polishing, redoing it, yet ever keeping the idea of fusion, of sharing, and finally experience leads to expression. So let's take a deep breath and hold this in heart and mind. And Diana will now lead us into meditation. So Diana.
That was beautiful, Rosy. What a beautiful talk. And I love the idea of horizontal fusion, making brotherhood and sisterhood around our planet, the fusion of love, which is what Leo is about, heart, right? Leo is the sign of the lion, the courageous heart. And if there's anything that we can be talking about tonight and holding in our meditation, it is love and the connection between all the love around the world. And so I thank you from Meditation Mount, and hello to Michael in Italy, and beautiful Rosy was able to lead us in tonight with her beautiful talk. And so appreciated it, Rosy. And so here we are with the keynote of Leo that says, I am that, and that am I. And that is again the heart. And that what Rosy was talking about as the sensitivity, the Leo's heart, the kindness, the magnanimousness of the lion, of the king, of leading, of what is right leadership and what is right use of power. And oh my, isn't that the subject these days of how do we move through these times with heart? And the word courage comes to mind. And courage also is part of the symbolic nature of the lion, to have the courage of a lion, the heart of a lion, the brave heart. And in Latin, the word cor means heart. So you can see all the interrelatedness here as we start to open up the subject of Leo in these times. And also remembering that Leo is the ruler of the sun, or the sun rules Leo. And so we're using that solar fire, right, to work with, to open up this greater radiance and potentially a bigger than usual connection inside the meditation. There is much in astronomy and astrology, but in astronomy, there is much connection between our sun and the star Sirius, the dog star, right? That star and the sun, they think, may be in a very wide orbit, that they're just starting to discover that they're connected, those two planets. Well, we knew that already in our meditation practices. We use Sirius as that higher vibration of our own sun. And so when we move into the meditation tonight, I want to use Sirius with a little bit more import inside the meditation and to really connect to that high, 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 high vibration in these kind of changing, and sometimes low vibration times. We need this light, this extra light on the planet right now. And so when we move into it, we'll connect even more deeply to that electrical blue-white energy of Sirius in the meditation. So also, just so you know, this is a blue moon. And what a blue moon technically is, astronomically and astrologically, is when there are two full moons in one sign. Sometimes a blue moon is called when there are two full moons in a single month. But a true blue moon is when it's in the same sign. So what we're having is, this one is at 1 degree Leo, and next month we're going to be moving through Leo again at 29 degrees, the last degree of the sign. And so we're getting this double, this confluence, right, of solar, confluence of light. And so inside the meditation, let yourself be made ready, because in this first round of Leo solar, Aquarius full moon, in this first round, we're sort of receiving that light. And on the second round, we're going to be using that light more. So we're almost getting our physical vehicle more aligned with that light so that we get used to the intensity that is needed right now. And so we're having a double Leo experience this month and next month. So that's powerful to remember right now, because it means that we're needing that double hit of solar, right? And Sirius as well. So let's begin. Today, of course, is an exact full moon at 7:37. So we're going to be inside the silence of the meditation at that time. So we're going to be sort of building into it, building up to it, and coming into a deeper and deeper experience of that silence to connect to that Sirius light through the sun, and increasing our ability to be infused by that light in exactly the right rate for every single person. So remember that there are people in this meditation right now that are meditating with us all around the world. And I always like to remember, when you think of the heart of Leo, that we're connecting to all hearts. So all the hearts around the world of conscious souls, everywhere, every being has a heart. And so from that heart place, we're all connecting light to light, heart to heart, and we become this unified field of love, of love. And when the word love is used, often it is equated with romantic love or personal love, family love, love of country, love of something, right? But think of it as much higher vibration of love, which is universal love. Love that has no boundary, love that has no exception, love that can hold it all. That is the love of Leo, that can hold it all. So when you're ready to, let yourself get comfortable where you are. And inside the meditation, I'll leave some minutes, 10 minutes or so, where we're in the deep, deep, deep silence. And I'll use a meditation affirmation for that silence to work with, and then letting yourself be infused with these incoming energies that are very, very strong right now, as you can probably imagine, matching what's happening on the planet right now. This incoming energy is in recognition of. So when you're ready to, find your seat and begin to close your eyes and just start to make that relationship with the self, noticing how your body is, noticing how your breath is, and start to cultivate this quality of calm by your breath. And with your breath, begin to consciously balance the physical body on the exhalation. So when you're ready to, just gently take a breath. And as you exhale, balancing the physical body. Noticing your emotional body. Noticing the state of it and how it is, and we want to bring that into harmony. So with the breath, inhale. And as you exhale, balancing the emotional body. Become gently aware of the mental field, the mental body. Notice if it's busy, if it's stressed, if it's thinking, how bouncy it is, how calm it is. And just start to kind of pay attention to the energy of the mental body, bringing this into harmony as well now with a breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, balancing the mental body. And just feeling these aspects of the self harmonize together into a congruent whole, aligned by heart, aligned by consciousness, aligned by soul. And every breath now, as you inhale and exhale gently, just feeling yourself more and more present, more and more present, more and more in this moment. And find yourself at the heart center for a moment. This lion heart, this brave heart of yours. And from your heart, as if you could see like a panorama, sensing all hearts all around the planet, heart light, consciousness, awareness, all around the planet. And when that consciousness is veiled for any reason, feel the brightness of the light of our collective awareness, opening all hearts, connecting to all hearts, feeling the connection with all, because we are a one life, and feeling that interconnectedness, heart to heart, interconnectedness. We are one life. And as you're still in the heart center, breathing gently love, that high love, out onto the planet and in through your own body and your own consciousness. But let it get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as it keeps expanding beyond yourself to include the whole planet and beyond. And just feel your range. Love can hold it all. Feel your range. Feel our collective range. Our collective range. And the only sound in that range is love. 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 Feeling connected to the center of the earth and the mother of the world. Feeling connected to all as a one life. Breathing gently through the heart center. Blooming that love that opens hearts, that has courage, that sees the greater good, that makes goodwill and horizontal brotherhood, the fusion of horizontal brotherhood radiating outwardly. And from that place now of the heart center, allow a line of light, move up into the head center, and take your seat here in the cave. And take some breaths here as you begin to sense that head center awareness, the violet, that pure consciousness of awareness. of the self that is connected to the soul. And gently from this place, be aware of the crown chakra being available and open to the masters and teachers through Shambhala, through the solar sun. And just pause here at the full radiance of the sun, the illumination that comes with it, that pure golden white of the sun, light. And sense that, I'm going to say, sister star of Sirius, pure blue light of Sirius, blue white light. And as you touch this highest point, feel that pure light moving, outflowing into your own meditation now. As we open into the silence with this affirmation for this particular full moon. In recognition, I stand in the fiery heart of the divine plan. In recognition, I stand in the fiery heart of the divine plan. In recognition, I stand in the fiery heart of the divine plan. I am that, and that am I. Om. And sensing that golden radiance becoming part of you, light to light, that your whole being becomes infused, that all the chakras become infused with this golden intelligence as part of your mind, your consciousness, your awareness, and literally your body. Light to light. And in this timing, allowing this infusion to turn into thought forms and ideas and concepts, solutions, actions over these next days, gradually realizing in new ways how to move with light, how to think with light, how to touch with light, how to speak with light. Solar infused. So it's like you are literally radiant with light, like you have a halo that's infusing all the fields of the self. Sensing yourself in your head center, connected to the heart chakra, connected to all beings, all blessings to all beings. You can join me in the adapted version of the great invocation if you like, or just listen along to seal and hold with your big heart all of this. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into human minds. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into human hearts. May the coming one return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide all human wills. The purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Om. Thank you, my meditating friends. See you next time.
Thank you, Diana, for leading this powerful, profound full moon meditation of Leo. And let's take a few moments to allow the energy that we have invoked to fill the collective field, and allow the energy that we have invoked to the coming days, and let us keep distributing them during the days of distribution with fusion, giving, and sharing in the form of love and wisdom. We thank everyone for your presence and being with your hearts and mind in this full meditation of Leo. We appreciate you being part of this worldwide endeavor. And on behalf of the board of directors, staff, volunteers, and friends of Meditation Mount, we extend our deep gratitude. Thank you, good night, and namaste.